Wealth is a scary thing, if you are not ready to embrace it with the right mind. What you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you create. The Buddha. When money knocks at your soul. Let's begin with a chilling thought. What if your life is poor not because fate was unfair, but because your own energy was rejecting wealth? What if money was never the problem, but your relationship with it has been full of fear, guilt, or even shame? This is not just another motivational speech. This is an inner call, a Dharma bell, waking you up to the sacred truth of abundance as energy, not currency. In the Dhammapada, the Buddha said, "All that we are is the result of what we have thought." That means money is not something you chase, it's something you allow. But only when your mind, energy, and karma are aligned with it. And here lies the scary part. If your thoughts are chaotic, fearful, full of lack, then even when money arrives, it will vanish like water through a broken pot. Money is not evil, but attachment is. One of the most misunderstood ideas in Buddhism is that money is bad or wealth is unspiritual. In fact, the Buddha never condemned wealth. He only warned against attachment and ignorance in how we relate to it. It is not what you possess that defiles you, but what possesses you. So let's be honest. Are you afraid of being rich? Do you secretly believe that if you have a lot of money, you will lose friends, or become arrogant, or be judged? These subconscious fears repel abundance. They turn money into a ghost always appearing in dreams, never showing up in reality. Money is not evil. It is just a neutral tool. Since ancient times, money has been just a conventional medium, representing exchange value. A piece of metal, a piece of paper, or today a virtual number on a banking app. The nature of money is empty, neither good nor evil. In Buddhism, all things that are conditioned have no fixed nature. Like a knife can cut vegetables, save people, or cause harm. It all depends on the user. The problem is not in the money, but in the mind of the person using the money. Greed, anger, delusion, three poisonous roots that cause suffering because of money. In the three poisons, greed is the source that causes people to slide down the path of seeking money. Greed makes people never feel satisfied. The field makes them angry when they lose money. Ignorance blinds them, selling out their morality for short-term gain. People disregard morality for money. But money does not cause anyone to fall. Only greed causes that person to fall into misery. In the Anguttara Nikaya, the Buddha taught, the reason why the world fights, kills, and suffers is because of wealth, lust, and fame. Real life example, 2 people, 1 coin, 2 outcomes. Imagine 2 people receive $1 million. The first person used that money to gamble with the intention of getting rich quickly, lost everything, borrowed money, revenge, suffering. Second person used that money to buy books to learn skills, get a stable job, help families spread faith. Money does not change anyone's nature. It only amplifies their mind. The story of the Zen Master and the coin. One day, someone asked the Zen Master, "Teacher, does money pollute the soul?" He smiled and replied, "No. But greed for money is there. Money in the pocket, that's fine. Money in the mind, that's suffering." Lesson: money should be in your hand, not in your heart. Money is energy to circulate, not to accumulate. Buddhism always emphasizes the nature of reincarnation, dependent origination, change of all things. The same goes for money. When we hold on to it in an extreme way, the energy will be blocked, causing anxiety and stress. On the contrary, when we give at the right time, to the right person, and in the right way, that energy flow circulates, creating blessings, good karma, and lasting prosperity. Those who do not know how to give, cannot truly receive. Transforming the concept, from owning to temporarily borrowing. In Buddhism, everything in life is a temporary condition, including wealth. The house you live in will eventually be transferred to someone else. Money in your account? Just a number, you can't take it with you when you die. Wealth, no matter how much, it cannot be exchanged for a human life. Therefore, instead of trying to possess, we should learn to manage our assets with gratitude and letting go. Applying Buddhism to keep a peaceful mind when rich. When the money comes, remember 4 things. Don't be complacent. Wealth does not equate to human worth. Don't look down on others. Poor people are not necessarily inferior to you, they are only different from you in their past karma. Don't be indulging. Money is a tool, not the ultimate goal. No fear of loss, because you never really own anything. Use money to help people in the right way, giving alms with wisdom. Build merit, offering, sharing, sowing good seeds. Get rich the right way. Money is a test of the mind, not a reward. A truly rich person is one who, even with money, does not lose himself. When we understand that money is a great test of the mind, we no longer overreact every time we receive or lose the sum of money. We observe. We contemplate. We learn to live with money without depending on money. Because true wealth is not having a lot of money, but a soul that is no longer controlled by money. The inner frequency of wealth. Wealth is a frequency, like a radio station. You can't hear 98.5 FM if your dial is set to 88.3. Likewise, you can't receive abundance if your mind is vibrating with scarcity, anxiety, or desperation. Let's be clear. Money flows where your attention goes. Not your hard work alone. Not your degrees. Not your long nights. But your focused, clear, energized attention. Real life example, the monk and the merchant. In ancient India, a wealthy merchant once visited a forest monk. He asked, "Master, how do I keep my wealth and not lose it?" The monk replied, "Hold it like water in your palms. Not too tight, not too loose. And share it where it can flow." The merchant followed this. He invested wisely, helped build schools, and trained young men in trade. His wealth grew not just in coins, but in legacy. That is right alignment. Visualization is not fantasy. It's mental karma. What is a prayer if not focused visualization? What is a mantra if not frequency? When you visualize yourself as already wealthy, you are not faking it till you make it. You are rewriting your energetic karma. In Buddhist psychology, this is called satana, the volition behind your thought. When you visualize with full presence, you send out a karmic intent to the universe. I am ready. I am worthy. I am a vessel. The Buddha often sat under the Bodhi tree, visualizing all sentient beings attaining enlightenment. Not because it was happening now, but because he knew the mind shapes the future. The scary truth. Here's the truth most people are too afraid to face. You are responsible for your financial reality. Not your parents. Not the government. Not luck. You. If your reality is filled with lack, look into your mind. If your relationships with money are chaotic, check your emotional habits. That's why this is scary. There is no one else to blame. But also, that's why it's liberating. Because if the problem is inside, then so is the solution. What this video is really saying. The original video says, "You'll be rich, just listen once." But the deeper message is not about magic. It is about waking up. Waking up to the power of thoughts. Waking up to the karmic nature of money. Waking up to the illusion that wealth is out there when really, it's always been in here. When the mind is pure, joy follows like a shadow that never leaves. Dhammapada. So cleanse your mind of fear. Your shadow of joy and abundance is already following. Karma and the law of cause and effect in wealth. As you sow, so shall you reap. Don't seek to get rich quick, sow the right seeds. If there is one immutable principle in Buddhism, it is the law of cause and effect, karma. It governs all phenomena, including money. People are not poor because of lack of blessings, but because they have not sown the right causes for wealth. In the Anguttara Nikaya, the Buddha taught, wealth does not come from begging, but from right actions, right words, and right thoughts over many lifetimes. So, instead of asking, how to get rich? Ask yourself, what have I sown today that will produce good fruit tomorrow? The story of Nanda, the man who went from nothing to riches. Once upon a time, there was a man named Nanda who came to complain to the Buddha. Venerable Sir, I am so miserable, so poor that I have nothing. Buddha looked at him and asked, do you have hands? Yes. Do you have legs? Yes. Then you are not poor. It is just that you do not know how to use what you have. From then on, Nanda changed his mindset. He started to work honestly, help his neighbors, and share even just a bowl of rice. Gradually, he was loved by everyone, had a stable job, and a prosperous life. Lessons from the Nanda story. Being poor is not about not having money, but about not knowing how to create value from what you have. Money and karma, you are reaping the fruits of your past actions. Have you ever wondered, why does this person work less but earn more? The other person plows all his life but still doesn't have enough to eat? The answer lies in past karma and present mind. In the Dhammapada, verse 1, mind is the forerunner of all things, mind is the master, mind creates all things. If in the past, you sow good deeds, help others, financial blessings will come. Creating bad karma such as cheating, appropriation, laziness, poverty and insecurity will follow you like a shadow. Correct understanding of financial blessings, wealth karma. Financial blessings are the accumulated energy from wholesome actions related to charity, money, property, time. Offering the Dharma. Create jobs for others. Keep the precepts pure in making money, right action. Important. It's not that giving a lot of alms makes you rich, but giving alms with a sincere heart, without expecting any merit or fame. Real life example, two people give alms, one gets results, one doesn't. Person A gave 1 million VND to the poor, but secretly thought, they don't deserve it, I'll post it on Facebook. Person B only had 100,000, but gave it all to the old man shivering in the rain, not expecting gratitude. Only person B can truly sow true blessings, because his mind is not attached, full of compassion and altruism. Sowing the wrong seed, unpredictable consequences. You can get rich from cheating. But then, broken family, restless mind, disobedient children, assets gone without reason. That is the sign of bad results from wrong causes. Being rich but not happy is the kind of wealth that Buddha called ignorant with outflows, the richer the more miserable. How to sow the right seeds to have sustainable wealth. 6 ways to sow financial blessings. 1. Give money to those who really need it. 2. Help others succeed without expecting anything in return. 3. Teaching skills, sharing knowledge to help people escape poverty. 4. Practice ethically, no lies. 5. Offering to the triple gem, protecting the Dharma. 6. Don't be jealous of rich people, but rejoice in their success. Blessings come from the heart. Money comes from blessings. Key teachings from the Buddha on wealth. A wise man, though poor, is not miserable. An ignorant man, though rich, is full of insecurity. Therefore, practitioners of the Dharma should remember: money does not determine your worth. How you use money will shape your future karma. Live as a keeper, not as an owner. Handle money wisely, use it as a test, not a reward. Karma and cause and effect are the basis for all wealth. If you want money to come, sow the right seeds today, with a pure heart and ethical actions. Sustainable wealth does not come from getting rich tips, but from an unwavering heart and lasting blessings. Right career, the right way to make money. A person with right livelihood, though not rich in material things, is rich in spirit. The Noble Eightfold Path. Right livelihood, one of the 8 factors of liberation. In the Noble Eightfold Path, the path to enlightenment, the Buddha taught about right livelihood. Do not make a living by harming other living beings, do not lie, do not trade illegally, do not cheat. Right livelihood is not just about choosing a career. It is about how we make money without compromising our ethics, without hurting others, and without creating bad karma for ourselves. Consequences of making money the wrong way. Nowadays, due to financial pressure, many people choose: sell poor quality goods, do the job of lying and trickery, profiting from other people's pain. There may be a quick win at first, but the result is usually insomnia, anxiety, living in fear, loss of honor, loss of friends. Children encounter difficulties, the karma is passed down from generation to generation. Buddha once taught, wealth that is not derived from the Dharma is like poison honey, sweet at first, deadly later. Right action in modern times, not easy, but worth it. You may wonder, so how can we survive in this day and age without competing, without running exaggerated ads, without undercutting our competitors? Answer: compete with real values, ethics, and perseverance. In fact, there are many people working as a consultant, doctor, teacher, businessman, with a good heart, has good income and is respected. No hype, but word of mouth for real quality. Not fooling anyone, but sustainable development. True story, the honest auto mechanic. In a village, there was an old car mechanic. When customers came, he never faked problems. If the car only needed tightening, he would tell the truth. Once, he even repaired an old woman's car for free because she was in the hospital taking care of her husband. 10 years later, the villagers contributed money to build a new shop for him. A large car company heard about it and invited him to be the regional technical manager. That is the result of right action plus right faith. 5 signs you are practicing right karma. 1. You don't feel ashamed or insecure about the work you do. 2. You can tell your children and grandchildren about your profession with pride. 3. You sleep well, without being haunted or afraid of being exposed. 4. People around you respect you, not just fear you. 5. Money comes in not in abundance, but steadily and creates long-term peace. Which profession is not a righteous profession according to Buddhist teachings? In the sutra, Buddha clearly pointed out 5 professions to avoid. 1. Arms trafficking, killing, directly or indirectly. 2. Human trafficking, including disguised sex trafficking. 3. Trading in alcohol and drugs. 4. Poison trade. 5. Fraud, superstition, false enticement. If you are in a profession that is close to this list, reflect on your karma. You don't have to quit it right away, but you should start gradually shifting towards a more wholesome karma. Getting rich with right action is not slow, it just takes deeper roots. Imagine a bamboo tree. During the first 5 years, it hardly grew. But then, in just 6 weeks, it shot up more than 20 meters high. Right action is the same. The first stage is to sow roots, create trust, maintain prestige, and build a moral foundation. Then sustainability, credibility, and money will grow exponentially. Conclusion: right action is the path of the awakened person. Buddhists should not only chant sutras to pray for wealth, but also transform their body, speech, and mind in their daily work. Wealth comes from living morally, not by breaking morals to get rich. Don't ask, how much do I earn? Ask, what karma do I create every time I earn money? If the answer is, I sow good karma, you are already rich, even if your account doesn't have many digits. Right livelihood is part of the Noble Eightfold Path, indispensable if you want lasting wealth and happiness. Making money the right way is practicing Buddhism in real life. Ethics does not slow you down from getting rich, but makes you rich without losing yourself. Mindfulness and financial discipline. Mindfulness and discipline, 2 swords to maintain wealth. A mindful mind is the greatest asset. Buddha. Being rich is not about how much money you make, but how you keep it. Do you know a lot of people? Winning the lottery worth billions, but still empty-handed after a few years. Income of hundreds of millions, but still in debt. Sky-high revenue, but collapse after just one crisis? Because they earn a lot, but are not conscious and have no discipline in using money. In Buddhism, mindfulness, sati, is not just for meditation. It is a state of being where every action, including spending, is conscious, observant, not driven by instinct. Why do ignorant minds often spend money foolishly? Ignorance, the unawakened mind, leads to spending to fill emotions, sadness shopping, boredom eating out. Media-led, seeing others have it I must have it too. Lack of emotional control, buy because you like it, not because you need it. Life experience, buying a 20 million branded bag does not make you richer, but makes you 20 million poorer. What does Buddhism teach about personal financial management? In the Samyutta Nikaya, the Buddha taught that a layperson should divide his income into 4 parts. 1 part of personal and family consumption. 1 part profitable investment. 1 part for illness and risk. 1 part for charity, offering. Receipt: this is the first financial plan in Buddhist history, practical and ethical. Financial discipline is a protective commandment. In Buddhism, sila is the fence that prevents the mind from being carried away by lust. Similarly, financial discipline is the precept that protects the body in the material world. Examples of simple but powerful disciplines. Don't spend money without thinking it over at night. Save at least 10% every month. Do not borrow unless it is to invest in something that will increase in value over the long term. Financial freedom doesn't come from making a lot of money, but from being in control of yourself. Real story: the driver and financial awakening. Mr. Tung, a Grab driver, earns about 500,000 VND per day. Unlike his friends, he divides his income into 3 parts. 50% for family, food, gas. 30% savings in bank. 20% used to learn auto repair in the evening. 3 years later, he opened his own auto repair shop. His income increased 5 times. Being rich is not about luck, it's about being aware and disciplined from every single penny. In Buddhist meditation, there is a method called contemplation of the past. 1. Before you spend money, stop for 3 seconds and ask yourself, is this really necessary? Does it provide long-term value or just short-term emotion? If I don't buy it, am I missing out on something truly valuable? 2. When receiving money, contemplate. What karma does this money come from? Good or bad? Where will it go next? Am I mindful when using it? 3. Every night, check your mind when spending during the day. Have you ever bought because of competition? Are there any expenses you regret? What good karma did I create with money today? Money is the test, awareness is the answer. By staying mindful when spending, you will. Fewer financial mistakes. Peace of mind in the face of economic fluctuations. Be rich peacefully, don't be confused by money. A wise man knows moderation, not because he is poor, but because he understands. What we cannot control will soon control us. Mindfulness is the ability to see clearly in your mind when using money. Discipline is the precept that helps protect property and avoid creating bad karma. Buddhism does not separate finances and spirituality, but rather unites the two through mindfulness. The power of generosity, charity, open the door to wealth. If you knew what I know about the power of giving, you would not let a single meal pass without sharing it. The Buddha. True wealth begins with an open hand, not a clenched fist. In Buddhism, charity is one of the fundamental virtues, at the top of the 6 paramithas, 6 virtues for practitioners to overcome the shore of suffering. But many people still think, I'm poor, how can I give? If you give away, what will you live on? What if people take advantage? This is ignorance in giving, due to fear, greed, and lack of faith in cause and effect. Giving doesn't make you poor, it's planting financial seeds for the future. According to Buddhism, every act of charity that is proper is sow the seeds of fortune for future generations. Eliminate bad karma. Open your heart, help the money energy circulate. The Samyutta Nikaya teaches, a person who gives alms is like a good field where seeds are sown. A person who keeps wealth but does not share it is like a dry field where seeds are not sown. No matter how much watering is done, it is useless. 3 types of charity in Buddhism. Charity, giving money, material things. Dharma giving, sharing correct knowledge, helping people to enlighten their minds. Fearlessness, giving peace of mind, no fear, helping, protecting people in distress. Wise people often practice all 3. They don't wait to be rich to give. It is through giving that they become rich, both materially and spiritually. True story, a glass of water, a life of blessings. A poor man, living near the temple, every day carried water from the well for the monk to bathe. Even though he was poor, he always had a bowl of rice to share with others who were worse off than him. 30 years later, he opened a small grocery store, then became a merchant, and his children built a solid business. Many people ask him the secret to getting rich. He just smiled. I only know that when I give, my heart feels lighter. Then, without knowing when, I have more to continue giving. How to give so that wealth comes in the right way, giving with wisdom. Principles for giving alms in accordance with the Dharma. Give with joy, no regrets, no calculations. Give to the right person, people who really need it. Do not encourage dependence. Give at the right time, when you see someone in trouble, when they need it most. Give properly, don't show off or put down the recipient. No need for reward, don't X. A rich man who does not give alms will sooner or later go bankrupt. You can see many rich people, but stingy, calculating, saving money to the point of not daring to spend. Living in isolation, insecurity, fear of being cheated. That is a person who has wealth but no blessing. They keep money like water in a seal jar, it doesn't circulate so it stinks and decomposes. Dhammapada. A fool who has wealth but does not know how to give, his wealth is like food rotting in a storehouse. Law of energy, the more you give, the more you expand the flow. In modern Buddhism, many Zen masters and scholars emphasize money is energy. When you give with a good heart, you activate the energy field of wealth back. You don't know how it will come back, but it will surely come back. An unexpected opportunity. A help at the right time. A peace that money can't buy. Practice, one day, one act of giving. No need to wait for a lot. A loaf of bread, a kind word, a check for someone else. Ask yourself this question every night. Have I given something of value today? You will be surprised to see, the more you give, the more you get. The more you give, the more God helps. The one who opens his hand, heaven gives it to him. The one who holds it tight, all opportunities pass by. Giving alms is not doing good deeds to be rewarded. It is a manifestation of an awakened mind, knowing that true wealth is when you can share without fear of loss. If you want money to come, create space for it to flow in. That space is an open heart, a compassionate mind, and daily acts of kindness. Giving alms is a means to purify the mind and expand the flow of wealth. Wealth not shared will cause illness and suffering. One who practices charity properly will receive blessings, not only money, but also happiness, opportunity, and respect. Patience and long-term vision, the roots of true wealth. A tree must have roots before it can grow branches and leaves. A person must be patient before he can accomplish great things. Dhammapada. The age of haste, but wealth doesn't come from haste. We live in an age of speed, comparison. Expect immediate success. You can learn how to get rich in just 30 seconds on TikTok. You can see others make hundreds of millions from crypto overnight. But that's not the whole picture. Pushpin getting rich quick often comes with great risks and lack of foundation. Sustainable wealth is the process of accumulating merit, knowledge, experience, and blessings through time and patience. Patience, a core virtue in Buddhism. The Buddha called Khanti, patience, the armor of the wise. In the 10 Paramithas of Theravada Buddhism, patience ranks 6th, the factor that helps practitioners overcome adversity, temptations, and the traps of desire. Sparkles people without patience are easily impulsive. People without patience are easily making big financial mistakes. People without patience will not be able to keep what they have created. Real story, bamboo and the person who sowed karma. During the first 5 years, the bamboo tree did not grow much. It silently took root deep into the ground. Then, in just 6 weeks, it shot up 20 meters high. The same is true of those who practice right action. You invest time learning a trade, building reputation, sowing blessings. Maybe the first 1 to 2 years you won't see anything. But when you have enough good karma, wealth will come in abundance but steadily, not bankrupt like getting rich quickly. Long-term vision, don't look at the present to conclude the future.
In Buddhism, there is an important concept called right view of time, which means not judging karma based only on the present. Those who sow right but do not see results, be patient. Those who are rich but sow bad karma will eventually receive retribution.
Lesson: don't let other people get rich quick and shake your right path. Long-term vision helps you. No comparison. No jealousy. Don't rush to make money regardless. Why does impatience lead to bankruptcy? Impatient people often shopping because of social pressure. Swing investing without careful research. Quit a stable job to follow the trend. Sell long-term valuable assets because of urgent need for money. Backhand index pointing right. Those behaviors all come from lack of calmness, lack of concentration, lack of wisdom. In Buddhism, concentration and wisdom arise from patience. There can be no wisdom if your mind is always hot. How to practice patience, long-term vision every day. 6 suggested steps. 1. Before investing, spending money, say one sentence. I vow to sow the right cause, not to chase after temporary results. 2. Remind yourself every day. Every sweet fruit needs time. 3. Keep a financial journal, track your progress monthly, not against others, but against yourself. 4. Spend 1 hour each week looking back. Which behavior during the week was hasty? Which action was impatient? 5. Reciting mantras, meditating on cause and effect, for example, Great Compassion Mantra, helps the mind to be steadfast and unwavering. 6. Stop comparing on social media, protect your mind from success illusions. Patience does not kill dreams, it makes them bloom sustainably. A wise man does not choose the easy path, he chooses the right path. You are planting a Bodhi tree, not a spinach plant. Accept the natural process. People with long-term vision always listen deeply. Slow and steady wins the race. Be steadfast in your principles, and never give in to shortcuts. Patience is the foundation for sustainable wealth. Money that comes quickly may be a blessing, but only patience can keep it long enough to become freedom. There will be times in your journey to wealth that you will want to give up. But every time you persevere, you are creating positive karma that you, and no one else, will inherit in the future. Patience and long-term vision are important elements in any financial practice. No great results come without time to nurture. Buddhist practitioners should see slowness as a sign of deep foundation, not failure. Be close to the right person, rich will come. When the wicked are near, suffering increases without end. When the virtuous are near, blessings do not cease. Anguttara Nikaya. You're not only influenced by your own thoughts, but also by those around you. Buddhism calls the practicing community Sangha one of the 3 jewels, triple gem. It is not by chance that the Buddha emphasized the proper role of the community, because your mind is very resonant with your surroundings. You may be sowing good karma, but if you always live with people who sow bad karma, you will also be affected in terms of energy and karma. We are the average of the 5 people closest to us. A modern saying, but strangely coincidental with the Buddhist teachings on good friends. Being around negative people, hard to get rich, hard to be safe. Negative people often have jealousy and comparison, attitude of stagnation, complaint, evil behavior, criticizing religious people. The closer you are to them, you also start to doubt yourself. You are easily infected with the poor mentality, not daring to dream big, not daring to act. Dhammapada. Evil friends are more dangerous than wild animals. Wild animals only harm the body, evil friends harm the mind. Be close to good people, wealth will bloom. Spiritual friends are people who speak kind words, not criticism. Have a positive, inspiring vision. Live with morality, without jealousy. Near them, you will. Easy to develop new ideas, grateful and willing to contribute. There are more opportunities, not just financially, but spiritually. Learn kindness and the right use of wealth. Real life example, life-changing journey thanks to a good friend. Min used to be a game addict, a dropout, and in debt. One day, he met an old classmate who is now a successful entrepreneur. Instead of criticizing him, his friend give the book to Min to read. Give him a small job, teach him the smallest skill. Take him to a meditation course, introduce him to a teacher who teaches financial mindfulness. 5 years later, Min opened his own company, lived a peaceful life, and did charity work regularly. Just one person turned on the light at the right time, Min's whole life changed direction. How do you know who to keep close to and who to stay away from? People to keep by your side. They don't give you money, but give you vision. They don't flatter, but always honestly help you get better. They do not show off, but live their wealth quietly. People to stay away from. Always speak negatively, criticize society. Borrow money but do not pay back, disregard the value. Or compare, envy, make you feel small when around. Resonant energy, you become who you hang out with. In Buddhism, the key principle is the mind-to-mind correspondence. You are close to a practitioner, your mind also tends to be kind. You are close to an angry person, the fire in you easily flares up. Like a glass of clear water. Place next to a vase of fragrant flowers, fragrant water. Place next to the fish sauce jar, the water smells. Who you are is not as important as who you are with. Practice community selection every day. Ask yourself, do the people around me lift me up or pull me down? Who do I need to thank for helping me become a better person? What energy have I given to others? Positive or negative? Practice suggestions. Meet one inspirational person every month. Every week, spend time learning from one successful and dedicated person. Avoid meaningless gatherings, instead, read books, meditate, or connect with the right people. Being close to good friends, life is self-illuminating. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with a spiritual person. Money comes and goes. Opportunities come and go. But if you always know how to be with people who are wise, compassionate, and have vision, you will never be afraid of poverty. Because they don't just give you a coin. They give you the light to see the right path to wealth. Your living environment and surrounding community directly affect your financial energy. Being around negative people can easily lead to loss of both money and morals. Being close to wise people open. Awakening to true wealth. Wealth is not having much, but having no lack in the heart. Zen Master Thich Nhat Hanh. When you stop, you will see, money is never a problem. Throughout this journey, you may have gone through energy thinking and wealth attraction. Sow the right cause, reap the rich fruit. Make money legally. Financial awareness and discipline. The power of giving. Patience and long-term vision. The right community and companionship. But if you only apply those things to make money, you will be rich in life, but poor in heart. Now is the time for us to stop, to wake up to the truth. Money is just a tool, not a goal. Why do many people with money still suffer? They can. They have a big house but no one is waiting for them to come home. Have hundreds of millions but worry every night for fear of losing. There are people serving but no one really listening to them. Because they never stop to ask, what am I going to do with this money? I'm rich, how will I live? True wealth is inner fulfillment.
In Buddhism, true wealth, noble wealth, is not measured by the amount of money in the account, but by the 7 types of assets of a religious person, 7 holy wealth, including
1. Faith, firm belief in the Dharma. 2. Precepts, keep the precepts, live morally. 3. Shame, knowing shame when doing wrong. 4. Noble people, fear retribution, fear karma. 5. Literary talent, eager to learn, listen to good teachings. 6. Open-minded, almsgiving. 7. Wisdom, seeing clearly the nature of all things, not clinging to the self. People who have these 7 assets, whether poor or rich, will be safe and not in chaos. Awakening story: the man who left $1 million company. John, an American businessman, was once the director of a $30 million company. He once thought, when my account reaches $30 million, I will be happy. But then he fell into depression, insomnia, and his marriage broke down. One day, during a Vipassana meditation course, he burst into tears when he heard this sentence: "You don't lack money. You lack yourself." After that, he sold the company, returned to teach meditation for free to businessmen, built schools for poor children, and lived a simple but peaceful and bright life. Signs you are entering true wealth. You are no longer afraid of losing money, because you believe in good fortune and the workings of karma. You no longer derive your self-worth from your possessions. You spend money meaningfully, no more wasting it to prove anything. You give easily, without hesitation, without regret. You know when to stop, don't keep chasing more. The greatest asset is a soul that is not controlled by money. Having money in hand, but not attached to it. Being king in life, without needing a throne. Let the money. Let it flow through your hands, but don't let it stay in your heart. Help you help people, but don't let it become your boss. You can be good at making money, but learn the art of living peacefully with money, like a modern-day bodhisattva. Can own many things, but not be dependent. Can be rich, but still simple, humble. Can create wealth, but use wealth to sow good karma. Final meditation on the journey: what is true wealth to me? Sit still. Close your eyes. Breathing in, I know I am alive. Breathing out, I know I am full. Ask yourself: if I had no money tomorrow, could I smile? If I shared everything I had today, would I feel lost or liberated? When was I the richest? Was it when I was able to be myself, without fear, without having to prove anything? Let this journey be a promise to yourself. From today on, I will acquire wealth the right way. I will practice morality and sow good seeds. I will not let money control me. I will master it with compassion and wisdom. If you keep this promise, you are already rich, no matter how many numbers your current account has. Conclusion: 1. Money is energy, wealth is frequency. 2. Karma and wealth: what you sow, so shall you reap. 3. Right livelihood: get rich the right way. 4. Mindful finance: financial discipline and awareness. 5. Generosity: give and receive. 6. Patience: patience produces lasting results. 7. Right people: be close to good people, life is bright. 8. True wealth: wealth is not in the wallet, but in the heart.